just the other day, I saw clearly that Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, you think about this for a second. They gave out over, and within 1 year, listen to me, $1 billion worth of parking tickets, traffic citations. $1 billion just in the District of Columbia alone. I personally call that disproportionate injustice, and it still proves my theory, which has literally become fact over the years. And there ain't too many people that can literally argue with it. It proves to me, and it says again and again and again, I want y'all to listen to me. Listen to me very closely. Municipal principalities, governments, state, local, makes no difference. They cannot produce anything, and they only take and extract from the people. Hell, even if you ain't doing nothing, they want to, they can pull you over and try to charge you with some type of vehicle infraction. Literally. Anybody understand how much paper is being used to write these things out? And how this is literally a cash cow system? And I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. American people, you are the enemy to the people who work for the government in America. I know people hate hearing that, but you cannot argue with the facts. You think about this. You make $1 billion in one fiscal year in traffic fines, parking tickets. I mean, these are not even criminal charges. $1 billion. Governments can't produce anything. They only take. And they are always looking and searching for new ways to be able to get into your pocket and extract more revenue. You remember, I remember in the old days, my grandmama used to play numbers. Anybody know numbers? And they would she would play numbers and do three of them, have three numbers and then box them in order to have another opportunity to win. And then sometimes they would hit full. But they made money off numbers. Now, mind you, this was allegedly, watch this, illegal in this country. I don't know too many people that's still playing numbers anymore. They even had number books. I remember the number books, and they had you write the number out and you had a copy on the back of it, and they would tear out the copy and the number guy would come around. I knew a guy that actually made a living off of going around and collecting money, off of running numbers. And he would do it in the neighborhood, just do numbers, right? And people, I'm talking about these some heavy hitters, they would play, I don't know how they would do it, they would play up to $200 a day in numbers. Where they get the money to do that, even $50 a day was still beyond me. Well, then they figure out, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make a lottery system. That way we can tax the people even more so, because if you win the lottery, you get taxed on the proceeds that you won, or I'm going to say give. I would like to say that you earned, because anytime you have income that's taxable, allegedly, that's something earned, but you actually get taxed off a lottery. And when you look at these traffic infractions, people are getting taxed. These revenue extractors, they are there to continue to make sure that the cash flow for the government comes in. A lot of this stuff is a farce. It's literally a farce. I can't understand, and I probably would never be able to understand for the life of me, why people trust the government. I know that CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, believe me, I know that all of them do their damnedest. The mainstream news media, to continue to keep you deceived. I know that many of you still under the illusion that you have a press of the people, for the people, by the people, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. The justice is for just us, those that are connected to the system. I mean, look how many people have been pardoned this year already. I guarantee you that there ain't a lot of people who's getting pardoned that came from the hood. But man, we have disproportionate injustice that's going on in this country. That's why I say over and over again, get your radar detector and run it. Just run it. Get a radar detector. And if you're in areas that they say you can't have radar detector, get you a non-detectable radar detector, because it's all a game. You think about it. You've injured no one. You've hurt no one. But do you know how far they can actually go, given the system that they've already entrenched and put in place? Even if you refuse to pay a traffic fine, they can suspend your license. And then if you ever get caught, let's say 10, 15 years down the road, that will be something that, who knows, you could have a warrant out for your arrest because of all the back taxes. It's like the IRS, man. Man, by the time if you don't pay on time, man, the penalties and the fees exorbitant. Do we really, truly, America, do we really, truly have a just government? All of us need to start revamping this right here, because this system of illusion that they have given us, it's just mind rape. And when you refuse to change the mind, and you continue to stay in the mind frame and mindset that they have trained you in this public food system, we're going to continue to keep being taken advantage of on an unprecedented level and scale. What can I do? What can Pastor Dowell do? And what can I say to constantly try to keep a defibrillator on your mind, to get you to see that these people out here suited and booted, they don't care nothing. I mean, you think about it, even the people today that actually work for the government in different states. And I'm not saying that we don't need some type of justice system. I'm just saying it's almost like a gangster mentality, though. It's like a gangster mentality, though. To extract $1 billion from the people, where does that money go? It definitely ain't going towards the roads, the schools, and all this other stuff. It's going somewhere. And every time you turn around, everybody's asking for money, more money. And if they can't get it, they're going to do some type of DUI checkpoint. Everything is all about an upsell. It has nothing to do, it's nothing personal, has nothing to do with being lawful, being legal. It all has to do with being able to get the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your hands, to get it all. And if they can get it hook or crook, debt, interest, whatever it is, they're going to do whatever they can to get it. Stop playing the game. Well, how you stop playing the game? Well, I just can't get over it. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to even get past this video right here when I sit and think. $1 billion? $1 billion just in Washington, D.C. alone? Just in D.C. alone? $1 billion? Shouldn't we apply that to the national debt? I mean, after all, we got, what, $23 trillion in debt right now? And now we're upwards of $250 trillion with Medicaid, Medicare, and unfunded liabilities. Man, if Washington, D.C. has done $1 billion in traffic fines, I wonder how many other municipal principalities, I wonder how many other states, counties, parishes, how much money they're making in revenue. I mean, we're really proud to be American and everything and stuff. Man, when we going to start? I'm sorry, I just don't see the government loving the people. I hear what they say, but when I watch the action and the footprint, it just doesn't line up. It don't line up with what they say. You see, I'm a veteran, 10-year veteran, United States Army. old paratrooper. And after I got out of the military, you talking about the disappointment I experienced. And I used to sit up there and think to myself, I cannot believe that I just wasted 10 years of my life, so-called allegedly, while I benefited from a lifestyle, but thinking that I'm protecting these ungrateful and these unthankful people. It's off the chain unreal. I had a few digressions, but I wanted to throw a lot of stuff in here to put a defibrillator on your mind and get you to think. The world is cold. We're just simply the government, and I think they're putting this spirit out throughout the whole land. Just some unmerciful people. It's just unreal. It's unreal. I'm saddened because you know they're not using this money in the right way. You know they're not. It's just unreal. Anyway, I'm going back over my Pateron account. You want to know more about what I talk about and speak, go over to Pateron. All right, I got a sign up down here below because you know there's a lot of things still yet, even though YouTube has done revamp their the way that they're doing things. I still have more liberty and freedom of speech to speak the way I want over at Pateron. Bless y'all.